To enter payments or other transactions for collections matters, select the Transaction Entry menu from the main menu. Select the Collections button from the Transaction Entry menu. We've chosen the other one transaction type for collections. If you've chosen a different transaction type, the collections caption may display on a different button. The transaction entry screen will appear, already in the insert mode. Since we are not accessing the screen from a specific matter, you need to click on the ellipsis to locate the matter. A drop-down of all available matters will appear. Since we selected the ID ellipsis, type in part of the matter ID. Our matter starts with 2006. If you had chosen the matter name ellipsis, you could locate the matter by matter name. Depending on how you configure your system, loan number will also be available. Press the Enter key when your matter is highlighted, or double-click on it with your mouse. Information for the selected case will now display. Note that in our example, we're using the case name field for the loan number. You can change the field to say loan number if you wish. If the payment is not for the date on which it's being entered, you'll need to indicate the payment date. You can type directly into the date field, or you can click on the calendar control. Choose the date you wish to use for this payment. Now, we need to select the type of activity this is. In our case, it's a payment. You can type into the activity type, or select the activity type ellipsis. All collections activity types defined in your system will display. Remember, we added late fees. That was not a standard perfect practice code. Highlight the activity code, in this case, payment, and press the Enter key or click on OK. The default description of payment will automatically appear in the note field. We recommend you add a more complete description for audit purposes. This also allows anyone to review the debtor's file and payment history with them. Now we need the amount of the payment. Payments are reducing the amount of the debt, so they should be entered as negatives. Since we know this will be next to impossible to remember, before the interest process is run, the process checks to make sure any payments are in fact negative. Now, you've finished entering the payment. The Save and Start New button is available. Using the button will automatically save the current transaction, and ready the screen for a new one. Once the Save and Start New button is available, you can simply press the Enter key. You could do the same thing by selecting the check mark to save the transaction, and then the plus sign to enter a new one. By providing the button, experienced users never have to pick up the mouse once they reach this screen. They can stay on the keyboard, and tab to the next field as the fields are entered. Now, we're ready for a new entry. Repeat the process. If you get out of sequence and need to go back to a field to make a correction, that's okay. You can use the mouse or the Shift tab to reach earlier fields. When you've finished entering payments and other transactions, select the check mark to save your last entry. Now select the Close button to return to the Transaction Entry menu. Once you've finished entering transactions, you should print the payment log to make sure it matches your deposit slip. Select the Reports button from the main menu. Click on the plus sign for the Collections module reports. All available collection reports will display. We want to print the payment log. Highlight it using your mouse. Double-click to run the report. Select the date range you wish to include. The report will display. The report total should match your deposit slip. Click on the printer icon if you wish to keep a hard copy.